The old Choctaws say that a man who walks away from his past will wander lost forever. If he takes root in a soil that is not his own, the tree of his life will struggle for breath and water and nourishment. In dry seasons, the leaves die easily because his roots are shallow. We are meant to be grown in ground that is rich with the bones and the blood and the voices of our ancestors. In 1831, the first of the Choctaw were forced from their lands in Mississippi and moved to reservations in Oklahoma. They took with them their language, their customs, their stories of the old times, and they took soil. The women ground the bones of the ancestors and sewed the dust and soil into the hems of their clothing. As they left their homes, they touched the leaves and the grasses and the waters of the streams, saying goodbye to the old places. They marched in the bitter cold of an early winter, carrying the young, the old, and the sick, yet they did not pour out the soil and the bones along the trail. In open fields, with only blankets for protection from the snow and the wind, they huddled together. Death, it is said, was hourly among them, claiming nearly 1/3 of their number. Yet those who remained carried the stories and the soil. They spread it in a new place and watered it with their tears, and the tree began to grow again. The Choctaw are a wise people. They know that ancestor bones nourish all who come after, and so they keep the past alive. If not for that fact, I might have wandered forever. The summer I found the Choctaw was the summer I found myself. Until that time, I'd never even wondered about my real father and his Choctaw heritage. He was a faceless shadow in my mind, the reason my skin was dark and my eyes were brown, not blue like Mama's. He was the reason folks in town looked at me like I was dirt, and the reason Uncle Bobby called me Little Brown Girl when he started coming around Granny's house after Mama died. Uncle Bobby said I was just darn lucky Granny kept me on at her house, because who else would want a little brown-skinned, knobby-legged butthead like me hanging around? Old Mrs. Von Gortler, the lady who owned the farm across the river from Granny's house, said I shouldn't listen to talk like that. She said every bird in the air came from a thought of God, and so did I. I'd never imagined God thinking about me. It's a powerful thing to realize you were put in this world on purpose. It changes the way you feel about everything afterward. It changed the way I felt about Mrs. Von Gortler. After that, she became Grandma Rose to me. She loved me in a way my real Granny didn't, in a way nobody else ever had. Grandma Rose and I understood each other. When she died, I wanted to lie down on that bed and die right along with her. Even after she was gone, Grandma Rose took care of me. Her granddaughter and grandson-in-law, Karen and James Summerfield, adopted me at 12 years old and gave me the family I'd always wanted. I left the little paper-thin house on the river and moved into a life that was both foreign and frightening and filled with possibilities. I buried the past in the grave with my real Granny and tried to forget it ever happened. The old